Good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, Kenny Hulshofs, $25,000. We've got people right now that are having a hard time even trying to make ends meet, trying to put food on the table. How can anybody publicly come out and tell me that two people $25,000 for a meal ticket? That's insane. This country's in the worst shape it's been in 50 years. In my 50 years, I've never ever seen it this bad. We've had no, and I want to repeat, no help from the Bush administration whatsoever. Manufacturing jobs gone, gone, gone. Missouri used to be number 4 on manufacturing jobs. We now are down at the bottom of the list and continually go. The whole country is being exported. Jobs exported are gone. It's insane. There has been no help whatsoever from any of the politicians that on the Republican Party to help us in our endeavors. Thank God that we've got some new folks coming at us because they have been right there with us. They've been there with my membership. And I believe we're going to see a vast turnaround upon them coming into office because they're coming into office. And we're going to change this country and get it back to what it's supposed to be. Right now, it's just a mess. The only end in sight, like I said, is the Democratic ticket coming in and taking over. With that being said, I don't want to take up much of your time. I want to introduce my vice president, Don Pizzo. Donnie.
Thank you, Joe. Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to open up with just a single statement starting out that it is time for a change, and the change is the Obama ticket. The change is Jay Nixon, and it's time to get rid of the Bush administration. It's time to get rid of Kenny Hulshofs, who obviously do not have a clue. They are so far out of touch of the public that it is just, it's appalled. I'm appalled. 2.6 billion jobs lost since 2001 and growing. Over 45,000 Missouri jobs lost and growing. In December 2007, we lost approximately 1,300 members to a layoff. And there was a Merrick study. The Missouri Economic Research Group did a study based off of that layoff of the 1,300 members that we had. And for every one UAW member here in St. Louis, there was 5.2 people who lost their jobs with an average income of $37,000. And not once did we hear anything from the Bush administration. Not once did we hear anything from Kenny Hulshofs. So in closing, I want to say it's time for a change, and the change is Jay Nixon. The change is Biden and Obama ticket. And I'd like to now further
introduce Chuck Brodell, our recording secretary. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for everybody for coming today. It's important. I want to talk about the impact on families, not only my family, but the community as a whole in Fenton and the surrounding community in St. Louis County and Jefferson County. Jefferson County will be deeply impacted by the loss of the plant closing in St. Louis, in the Fenton, Missouri area. I have young children that are in high school who once were looking for a college education, and those opportunities may be missed now once the job at Chrysler is gone and have to seek employment somewhere else. The restaurant workers, the barber shop, the other places that are in that surrounding community that are also infected by the impact of losses of jobs. The people that work at those factories are going to have to go home to their families and say, hey, look, kids, I didn't get enough tips at the restaurant today to get the new shoes. I didn't get the new coat for coming for Christmas toys. So families are going to be impacted all around, not just our members, but the surrounding community. And I think that you're looking at what Kenny Hulshofs has done in Congress. He's walked lockstep with the Bush administration. He hasn't brought back Missouri values. They want to talk about Missouri values, care about the families that are out there. That's what's important. Because at the bottom line, at the end of the day, I go home to my family and I have to look at them and do the best that I can for my employer. And employers are leaving the state of Missouri at a rapid rate. Manufacturing jobs were jobs where you once never had to have an education to advance yourself. You could be a skilled tradesperson and make a decent living. Today, that's not happening. Good manufacturing jobs are leaving this country, and George Bush has certainly helped that cause with allowing tax breaks with companies to be able to offshore, outsource their work, and our members are tired of it. And hopefully the community isn't tired of it. Kenny Hulshofs has never represented my views or my family's views, and it's time for him to take a seat and retire. Thanks.
Let me thank the members of UAW Local 110 for being here today, and close by saying that the American dream for a lot of people is slipping away. And Jay Nixon's Missouri Promise is the best set of proposals that I have seen throughout the country, from people running for office to try to help restore the American dream here in Missouri. A dream that every parent has, that their child will be able to do as well or better than he or she has done. Jay Nixon's Missouri Promise, an investment in our human capital, in our people's health care, an investment in K-12 education, in higher education, is the best way to ensure that we don't allow the American dream to slip further away in George Bush and Kenny Hulshofs' irresponsible deficit spending and their crippling of the next generation's ability to succeed. Thank you very much for joining us today.